This morning we're going to talk about a question that's come up a couple of times, and more importantly, it's come up just this week, the difference between appraisals and inspections. So I'm going to let Lee talk about appraisals, and then we'll go over inspections.
Yeah, Angie, it's a great question. Sometimes it can get really confusing with like your to-do list and all the things that you need to have to be able to purchase a home. So one of the things that has come up recently has been the appraisal, and why is that so important? So the appraisal is actually the value that they're putting on your home, and that will impact your loan to value. So let's just say somebody has a home and they've listed it for $300, but it appraises at $275. That means above and beyond your closing costs and what you had decided to put down, you've got to come up personally with that additional $25,000. There are ways that you can fight it when they come in by making sure that both your realtor and lender are very well versed in the area that you're looking, to make sure when they're going and looking at your comps or the market shop, but we always refer to those as comps, that the comps actually make sense. Sometimes you look at them and they're too far, and your realtor and lender, knowing the area so well, can sit there and say, hey, no, this is actually more of a comparable home than what you guys have gone in and listed. And once again, your loan to value, that's how you are going to get your money. So when we say, you could put 3% down to get into a home, that means you're borrowing 97% on that home. And that's where the appraisal comes in and dictates how much you can get. It's a great question. Like we said, both of us have had questions this week on why it's so important. That's an appraisal. So I wanted to ask you about the inspection, because in the state of Texas, it's not required to have an inspection to get a loan, which is just insane. But why is that important, Angie?
It's very important because you want to be able to find out, you want somebody to come in and be able to inspect the home and see if there's any issues that need to be repaired or issues that could result in huge expense later on down the road. It may be something, as simple as the AC unit is like 20 years old, and you might be able to negotiate some price towards that, a new unit in your offer. So, inspections are really important. They're not required, but it's always a great idea to get an inspection.
And the other thing that I kind of wanted to bring up, so the inspectors. It's like, as realtors, you guys know the inspectors, they're giving you their honest feedback. You go with somebody that you guys trust, right? With an appraisal, we don't know them. They're legally bound to be unbiased. So when everybody's like, well, just reach out to the appraiser, we can't do that. We can't call them, and you can't influence them in any way. That's why if we have to go back in and challenge an appraisal, that's why it's all done through systems to make sure that they're not biased and they're not being influenced by either the lender, the realtor, or the buyer. So those are two vastly different things.
So when y'all choose an appraiser, or so say an appraisal comes in, how is that appraiser chosen to go out to that home?
So it goes through appraisal management companies. And so we have to go through, each lender goes through a link, and we go in and put it in and tell them what type it is. So it's going to be, FHA, conventional VA. You go in, and then through the system within that appraisal management company system that they provide, they pick them. You know who it is and what time they're going to be there, but that's it. You cannot contact them to get those things changed. And it's insane how many times we get that question, hey, can you reach out to the appraiser? Absolutely not. Neither one of us can. They have to be unbiased. So it's literally a system. It's not like I can say, hey, Angie, you're a great appraiser, so why don't you come do it? It's absolutely chosen by the appraisal management company that the lender uses.
All right, that's about all we have time for today. Y'all keep the questions coming.